Saw a lot of cable tickers today, ships going there to intercept Iranian ships. That is blatantly untrue.
What we've said to them is that if there are weapons delivered to factions within Yemen, they could threaten navigation. That's a problem. And we're not sending them obscure messages. We send them very direct messages about it.
So everyone in the world is sort of left scratching their head as to what exactly is going on with these ships and what potential do they have to make moves. Right. So we thought, hey, why don't we go ahead and ask the White House Communications Director, Jen Psaki, what's going on and get some clarity. This was our attempt.
We always have contingency plans. That's what the United States does.
Right.
We have the best military in the world, but we also don't get ahead of predicting or laying out what we may or may not do.
But
we're
if
watching
the Iranians...
this closely. We're monitoring this closely.
Sure.
We have a range of abilities, but we're not going to predict what will happen. Our hope is that this can de-escalate.
Are you restricting what will happen, though? Are there restrictions on our ships there, or are they able to do what they need to do?
Well, again, this is a case where not just the United States, but the international community has made clear that Iranian support to the Houthis is unacceptable. They passed an arms embargo through the UN earlier this week, but I'm not going to lay out what actions may or may not be taken. That would be irresponsible.
I don't know what was more irritating, Brian, the answers, which we didn't really get any, or the leaf blower in the background.
No, I think it's a dead heat. Can I give you an answer in the after the show? I will say this. We appreciate her coming on, seriously.
Sure, of course.
We definitely want that perspective, and we want her to come back. However, her answer flies in the face of logic. We have 8 ships there. The USS Theodore Roosevelt is 9. They're armed with warthogs. The theory is we're finally showing some muscle. We're saying, Iran, if you rearm that government that took over in a coup, we are going to stop you and take your stuff, just like we did with Panama or anybody else. Instead, we find out we're just cruising around. We just want to be around there just in case something happens.
We're there to keep the navigational lines clear.
Well, clear for what?
Monitoring.
Clear so they can they come with their Iranian ships and refuel and resupply the illegal Houthi government, which is Shia-related, and taking all our stuff and taking over that country and ousting a government familiar with us and friendly with us. That stunned former now retired Lieutenant General Flynn when I talked to him yesterday. Here's what he said.
We have to have every capability that the military component can bring, but we also have to do some very smart diplomatic things as well.
And we're not doing either one of those as far as I can tell.
I don't see that right now. I really don't. It's very, I mean, I see a lot of confusion. I mean, if we're putting an aircraft carrier, you know, in the Gulf of Yemen to block against Iranian warships that are coming into that area, and yet we're still sitting at a table cutting a deal on nuclear weapons, there's something wrong with that picture.
You know, it seems to be at this stage that the president is so invested in getting a nuke deal signed with the country of Iran. They're letting, you know, they're going to let, this is another red line that they may go over. But what's curious is when we had Jen Psaki on and she would not answer the questions, we said, so all the options are on the table. She wouldn't even answer whether or not all the options were on the table.
That's an incredible non-answer.
It is.
That's the most astounding not